So welcome everyone. And yes, I'm Lita Ghani, and our beloved Linda caught the flu from some visiting relatives who brought it unknowingly. So we, of course, are holding her in the deepest love with healing. And after this heart call, she is going to feel so amazing that she is not going to know what happened. And she's going to be in outrageous joy from it. And so are all of we. So let's set that intention. And I believe there's somebody that needs to mute. I found it. Okay. And so welcome. And before we get started, I just wanted to see if anybody had anything to share, any upcoming burning news that you'd like to tell us about. Looking to see anybody. Okay. Well, I'm going to tell you my news. Well, first of all, I have an upcoming Meditation Healing Circle Tuesday that I hold monthly, so I hope to see you there. And that is, you can find it on connectiontohealing.org. It's a Council of Love meditation, and it always gets recorded every month, so you're welcome. And I believe that there's going to be a Spirit Cafe on Saturday. Is there anybody here from that group? Anybody? So I believe that there's also a Spirit Cafe, if you've been following that, that's going to be this coming Saturday. But what I really want to share with you is that I just came back from a workshop, a week-long workshop. Some of you know, and some of you don't know, that I do a very special kind of work with children and also adults where we work with what I call their infinite light vision, and they are able to actually see with their physical eyes, just like we're seeing now. And it sounds kind of crazy and far out, but it is an incredible modality, and it just brings transformation, shifts, healing to all of these children. So, of course, that's why I love that, because I love working with the children. Well, this was a workshop that had to do with adults. And there were actually 3 blind people there, and they called themselves affectionately the 3 blind mice. And I had the blessing and the privilege, the opportunity to work with one of the blind people. This particular man has been blind since birth. And he is now, because of this work and this modality, he can start to see, like in his way of seeing, like lines of letters. And he has never really, he's only known Braille. He's never really known the alphabet as we know it. So I was working with him on that too. And he was able to take different letters that I gave him, and he was able to spell the word cat and hot using like individual letters. It was an incredible experience. And why am I sharing this with you? First of all, it wasn't exactly like what I'm used to with the Council of Love, that we create a sacred space and we call in the archangels and we do all those kind of things. So of course I did it for all of us and for me, so I would feel comfortable. But I'm sharing it with you because there was just something that I just made it so clear for me that any doubts that we had that this was impossible, or that we couldn't do it, or that we were doing it incorrectly, those had to be dissolved before the magic would happen. And once that magic would happen, yes, I too got to the next stage. So there's different levels. And I went so that I could get to the next stage of actually seeing with a blindfold on, just like I'm seeing you now. and it's an incredible, incredible experience. So those doubts had to be dissolved. Now, what happens is when you first start seeing that way, and I know this might be hard to follow for anyone, if you're not used to it, but I'll try to explain it as best I can, that it's like there's a mesh. You're wearing a blindfold and you see all these like stars start to come out inside your blindfold. And then there's like a mesh. It's like wax paper, or some people call it cheesecloth. And you can kind of see shadows through that, but you can't see too much else. And you just have to keep on believing that you're seeing, and the mesh starts to open up a little bit. And then there'll be like a little hole that seems very clear, like you're looking out of a window. Maybe it was a really, really dirty window and there's a hole there and you can see out. So once you dissolve those doubts, you can actually start to see. And I'm at that stage wearing patches, eye patches, and a blindfold that I can actually see out of 2 of those holes. It's just incredible. So what happens when you can start to see clearly? You are filled with the utmost joy that this is possible. Now, so what is the whole point of all this? And this is what blew me away, because I asked Linda when she asked me to fill in for her, what are the current themes? What do you want me to focus on? And she said the current themes of the Council of Love are dissolving, leading to clarity, leading to joy. And the universe works in amazing ways, that here I am having this experience all week where these themes were something that I experienced. And what are the chances that I would be leading the heart call today? I mean, out of all the years, I think I've only done it 2 other times, and not even a full heart call. So this is the way of the universe. So let's use our time together today to dissolve anything that's holding us back from clarity, anything that's holding us back from joy. And it doesn't matter if it's something that needs to be physically healed, or it's a feeling of heaviness, or if it's emotional issues. All of it's really the same. We have the opportunity, working together, to dissolve anything that we need to get to that next step of actually seeing, to know what our next steps need to be, and just to be filled with so much joy that we can take action with that. So let us begin by taking some breaths in through our nose and out through our mouth. And I like to use what I call the Ruach breath of 4. Ruach just means spirit, and it also means breath in Hebrew. So breathe in to the count of 4. Hold for 4. Breathe in for 4. Hold for 4. Breathe out for 4. Breathe in for 4. Hold for 4. Breathe out for 4. And we've already been taken to the 13th octave, but let us just reinforce the calling in of the archangels. They're already here, because sometimes just hearing the vibration of their names helps to bring us deeper. other things that was really brought to heart during my week-long workshop is they just call it being in the right brain. But to have all these amazing things happen, we had to come together as one circle, and we really had to be in our hearts. And that's when the miracles happened. So let us now go into our hearts and think of something that brings you joy. I know February is a very special month because it is the Council of Love's birthday this month, Valentine's Day, February 14th. So perhaps think of how wonderful birthdays are. Yes, even when we get older. And just now feel a beautiful feeling of love, of peace, of connection, going heart to heart. And Linda is right here with us in our circle as we are setting the intention to dissolve anything that is preventing us from the next steps. And as we take those connections, we're also connecting to everybody who will be watching the recording later, and also to our loved ones. Now, one of the wonderful things about Valentine's Day is everybody likes to give out those little hearts, those little candy hearts. So just see a little candy heart. Maybe it says, "I love you," or "You are nice," that a little boy would give to a girl. "You are sweet." "I like you." "You are nice." What compliment would you like to have or saying on your little heart? Give it to the person next to you on the Zoom call, or give it to a loved one, or just put it into your heart. And as we strengthen this circle, go deeper into the magic of being in the heart, I'm going to be using the words ahava, which means love in Hebrew. It has 3 syllables, all with an ah, because ah is meant to open the heart. And we're just going to take those little candy hearts and we're going to share it with a heart that is waiting in the middle of our circle. It is smiling and it is asking for reinforcement. It wants to grow. So just take your little candy heart and just give it now to the heart in the middle. glass, a clear glass of water that is forming, that the council of love is bringing to us. And now that our candy hearts have been reinforced with this beautiful large heart, the heart of all of us together, take a little piece of it. It doesn't matter if you do, because more will just grow back there. And drop it into the glass of water. Kind of like, that commercial with Alka-Seltzer. Pop, pop, fizz, fizz, oh, what a relief it is. And just feel or know that you are drinking that glass of water. And just as that little heart of sugar dissolved in the water, it is now dissolving anything that is heavy, that is of sadness, that is of fear, that is of doubt. And I step aside. Greetings. I am Archangel Gabrielle, lily of love, trumpeter of truth, angel of joy, angel of communication. And what do I come to communicate with you today, beloveds? That you have the divine right, the ability to, yes, dissolve. Now, it does not matter what you use to dissolve it. It does not matter if you use a thought or a song or a word or a meditation or a prayer. What matters is that you have the secret ingredient. And that secret ingredient is love. Yes, the channel learned that some people call that being in the right brain, but we know what that ingredient is. Now you know that I often bring you my golden bubbles of joy. What is their essence? Their essence is of love, the energy of love. And love has many facets, many faces. Joy is one of them. And how do you see? How do you see when this is dissolved? Yes, you could perhaps see through a blindfold and it becomes clear. But you see with your heart, and that is the answer to all. And you say, Archangel Gabrielle, but I have doubts. I have doubts that I can do this. I follow all of the instructions and I follow the meditations and I fear that it's not going to really happen, that I won't really heal. I mean, I'm trying. And I have the worries that come. Yes, beloveds, you are humans. These are actually wonderful things to have. Why? Because they let you know that all you need to do is to observe them. They are just like little lost children that have been hiding because they think that no one will love them, no one will accept them. But if you will accept that they are there and thank them for letting you know they are there, they will start to creep out like the little children they are and look around and say, okay, we are ready for the next step. And as they leave joyfully, you may feel a little opening. You may feel that something has been dissolved. The dissolving has allowed for those little children to know where they must go next. And now you are even more open, and you may see more clearly of where you may go next. Ah, we understand. We understand that you try and that you cry out. But let us go now, and let us drink some more water. But this time I am going to put it and infuse it with my golden bubbles of joy. And, of course, as angel of joy, I do delight in finding humor. And I really liked that with the pop, pop, fizz, fizz. Oh, what a relief it is. So let my bubbles infuse you now. Pop, pop, fizz, fizz. Oh, what a relief it is. Pop, pop, fizz, fizz. Oh, what a relief it is. Now, what else, beloveds, would you like to have relief from? It is as simple as this. It is grasping onto that love that we give to all of you. You may think of birthdays. You may think of climbing mountains. You may think of those you love. You may think of happy memories. It doesn't matter. What matters is that you find the source of communication, which is your heart. Now, many of you have asked, Gabrielle, how do I communicate this to others? And the answer always, beloved, is to do so from that place in your heart. To never try to convince, for then the fears and the doubts will come again. But to just be a model. And sometimes words do not need to be spoken. But I would suggest that if you have someone that perhaps is pressing your buttons a little bit or is suffering, and you wish to bring that help, not only for you, but for that one, that you also just ask that either the candy heart or my bubbles of joy are put into the water and drink it, knowing that your loved one will also benefit, that any discord with another or those in not honoring who you are, that will also be dissolved, and you will be able to see clearly who each other is. So I leave you with these thoughts. For we, in the Council of Love, we see you clearly, and our wish for you, our work with you, which is a work of joy, that you also see clearly. Farewell. Thank you. And as we leave, I send you with love, ahava. Happy birthday, everyone. Because we're all part of the Council of Love too. And so it's really our birthday month too, isn't it? So thank you. Thank you, everybody.